Hey guys, welcome to Davis Taylor International Realty. And today we're talking about Airbnbs and how to make that money as an Airbnb entrepreneur. You ever wanted to move? You want to move and just can't? You could be in a lease. You do not need to own property to operate and own your own Airbnb. Yes, you can use a rental property as an Airbnb. There are certain things that come along with that. You definitely want to get into the Airbnb workshop that I have. But for now, let's talk about it. You do not need to own any property to operate and own your Airbnb. You can operate and own an Airbnb in any state. You can operate and own an Airbnb out of the country. Trust me, I've done it. Operating and owning your Airbnb is so simple. All you have to do is make sure you have a complete understanding of what it is that you're getting into. Get your stuff on social media and go for it. You can get your furniture from thrift markets, from cheaper markets, as long as it really looks good and is sturdy and it holds up and it provides a really nice environment for your guests. You can do that. You can secondhand your own furniture and get new furniture and put your old furniture in your Airbnb. And like I said before, you can do it in an apartment. You can do it in any state. You can do it out of the country. It is that easy to get into the Airbnb. There are thousands of people that are making triple digit figures in Airbnbs. Airbnbs are the new luxury. People are not getting in hotels because most of the time when they travel, they're traveling with their entire family. Do you know how expensive it is to purchase food every day for your entire family? So Airbnbs allows people to eat, to celebrate, to have retreats, to do whatever they need to do in another city without the hassle of dealing with hotels. And in every city, no matter where you are, someone's going to visit, someone needs space, someone needs to spend the night. So it doesn't matter where you are now. If you're in a metropolitan area, of course, you're going to get top dollar for your Airbnb and you're going to stay booked all the time at your Airbnb. And if you don't own the house and you want to own a house, you can buy a house and just simply make it into an Airbnb. It's so much money. Now, there, of course, are fine details, that warnings that you need to be in the know about or be aware about when you're dealing with Airbnbs, especially contractual, giving people keys. You don't want to necessarily give people keys, but you want to be able to have them to enter into the unit at will. You want to make it as carefree as possible for them to be in, for them to check in, and for them to check out. You want to use caution with who you rent to, because a lot of times locals, if you're dealing with locals, they just want to party and they will tear your Airbnb up, and you don't want any of that. That's why it's important for you guys to take the workshop so you can know from A to Z exactly everything that happens with Airbnbs. I'm going to go ahead and plug my number in for you guys to give me a call if you want to get into the workshop. I'm also going to plug in my website for you guys. Again, my website and my number. If you want to text me, I'm there. If you got questions about Airbnb, if you want to know about real estate, I have several courses I offer in real estate, OPM, tax sale certificates, ways to get into real estate without spending a whole lot of money, without even using your own credit, ways to get into real estate and you don't have a dime. I can show you ways to do that in the workshops. But Airbnbs are what we're talking about today because they bring a lot of money. If you're in a city and you're like, well, you know what? I want to go to another city and just live there for a little while. Turn your house into an Airbnb while you do it. So simple, so easy to do. And with Airbnbs, most times, depending on, because there's a plethora of Airbnb sites. Depending on which ones you get, and the really good ones are the ones that I suggest you stay with, they vet all of the clients for you. So most of the time, the clients that have been with them have already done Airbnb. They have reviews and they have ratings. Reviews and ratings are extremely important in Airbnbs, and you want to make sure at all times you have the prime review. So if there's anything going on with your Airbnb with a client that comes in, you want to handle that first, because at the end of the day, the only thing they have to gauge you by are reviews that other people have left about your property. You don't want to just go in there haphazardly. You want to make it a really amazing place. You want to just put a little extra, the extra are in the details. You may want to have coffee, amazing coffee, have a gift for them. Make sure it's clean. That's the very first step to an Airbnb, is make sure it's clean. So if you're going to turn your home into an Airbnb, I highly suggest that you hire a professional cleaning team to come in and deep clean it first. That's the first step. You want to make sure that it's super, super clean. And if you are Airbnb in your own home out, you want to make sure each and every time someone leaves your Airbnb, you hire that team to come in and clean as well. So Airbnb brings a lot of money. You have traveling nurses, you have families, like I mentioned before, that wants to come in and spend time in a certain city, but they don't necessarily want to rent a place, and they don't necessarily want to spend that time at hotels. You have travelers that come in. So Airbnb is a great way for you to manifest money and to start your own business without even having an overhead. Only thing you really need for Airbnb is a place and a mop and a bucket. And even if you can't hire a professional housekeeping team to come in, put your jeans on, put those gloves on, and really get in and really start cleaning your home, getting it very, very clean. That is one of the main things people comment about or send reviews about. It's making sure everything is working properly, water's working. You want to go through and just tidy up anything in your home that's not working correctly. Any loose drawers, any doors that's off the hinges. You want to make sure it's freshly painted and it's looking good, or you really, really wash those walls very well. You want to make sure that they have access to pots and pans and dishes and are able to cook. You want to put away anything that can cause any fire hazards. Like if you have a fire pit, I don't suggest you allowing your guests to use your fire pit. But if you want to allow your guests to use your fire pit, just make sure that comes with rules and regulations. And you want to supply your guests with a rules and regulations sheet. You want to be able to let them know the Wi-Fi access, what they can do, what they can't do, if they can use the washer and dryer, if they can't use the washer and dryer. These things are extremely important when you're getting into the Airbnb business. And again, you can have this in any state and any country, and it's oh so easy to do. I have an amazing workshop, but I'm not the only one. There are plenty of people out here who have amazing Airbnb workshops to get into, or that would teach you how to get into the Airbnb business. But I highly suggest that you learn some information, because there are a lot of tricks and turns that you're not aware of that you're going to need to know. Because like I said, from the moment you put that ad up, it's gonna be popping. If you ever thought about owning an Airbnb and want to know how simple it is, take the workshop so you will know the A to Z of how to open and operate your own Airbnb for business. Guys, I am Karen Butler. I am your broker in real estate. I am out of here, and that has been my segment on operating and owning your own Airbnb. Again, you can reach me at this number. You can text me at this number, and you can ask questions about any investment, real estate, or real estate in general. Have an amazing day.